are stepping up from yellow or that pay to step up from yellow, those individuals will turn green. Anybody during this grace period that have stepped up are going to be green. If you do not want them in the 2-by, you must place them between now and the time we go live. Because when we turn this on to go live, we are going to put everybody that is in green, regardless of whether you're saying to use the automatic tool or not, they're going to go in through the automatic placement. So if you want your people in a specific position in this organization, project managers, they're connected to a specific project manager, you must make that choice between now, starting right now, until we get ready to go live. Anybody that is green, as I said again, whether you have manual placement on or manual placement off, all green will go into the automatic placement at that time. When we turn the system on, you're going to, whatever you've chosen for manual or automatic for your team building, that is what will take effect after we turn it on. It will automatically turn on to manual. If you have manual, it'll automatically turn on to automatic if you've got automatic selected, and the automatic is the default. So make sure in your settings that you have set the placement onto either automatic or manual placement before we shut the system off, and make sure that you have personally made sure that any greens are where you want it.
Sorry to interrupt. There is no manual selection. Either you do things manually or you do nothing at all, and the system will work as it has done. The automatic placement tool, let me take a few minutes to talk about that. Thank you, Russell. There's some people out there that are angry and some people out there that are confused, and I think even the people who are angry are just confused and just don't understand it. Again, I've discussed this during the week, and some of you just could make it maybe today, and I'll explain it again. There is no matrix. There is no, actually there is no team build, okay? There is the unilevel, okay? And everybody's working as a team, everybody. The people who are just letting this work as it is right now, working as a team. The people who want to use the manual placement is working as a team, and the people who want to put it on automatic placement skill is working as a team. So everybody's working as a team. So I want to make sure that that's clear. And stay away from language like by stuff like that. It's hard for us because it's talking to developers all the time, and it's hard for us to make the transition. Okay, let's go through this, okay? Because there's no reason to be angry. There's no reason to be confused. This is the way it's always been, the unilevel. Okay, there is no change to that at all. Now, what's our name? We share. We share crowdfunding. But we share is more than, crowdfunding in regards to us is a large, broad spectrum. We share because this is bilateral as opposed to the other platforms that are unilateral. We share in our focus of what the relationship we have with people. In other words, we care about other people and we share this with them. And that's the first share. We share donations, okay? Because these are coming in and we're taking it at the bottom of each page. A lot of people are taking the donations. Do you have to? No, not at all. Okay, you could just not share anything other than just to bring people to the platform, just like all the other platforms. But share this with people, and when they share it with people, then you're building a donor base of people that you would have never have gotten to otherwise. And so, in order to be qualified to receive from them, you make a donation. Okay? So you're sharing your donations with others. You don't have to do it out of pocket. Those who make a donation to you from that's on your first floor, you can use those funds. It says right on the page that's your intention, that you want to share those donations with other people. Okay, and you're working as a family. Okay, now, is everybody able to refer somebody? No, they're not. So let's expand that we share. We share potential donors that we're able to, because we're more talented at finding those potential donors to them, and we share them with others who need our help. Are you trying to make a lot of money? No. You're trying to help people. Now, a lot of people are confused, and they think that if they share those people with somebody, they're losing. I got to tell you, you're losing nothing. You're gaining for a lot of reasons. One, the funds that they would be donating to you initially, if you were to place them further down than the first floor, is fairly small. I mean, it adds up to a nice number. It makes the whole system work. If you were to do that and the accelerator, and I'll talk about that in a minute, okay, it adds up to $200. However, if you put this person down on your third floor, first of all, do not lose the 50% shared donation scenario. You're their parent. They're your child that you place 3 floors down. So you never give that up. You're always their parent. And the people that they refer go always to their grandparents, no matter where they are. Anything there. When they go to make their third floor donation, is that bigger than the first floor donation? By quite a bit. So, and because you help them, now you increase the potential of them reaching their goals and having their project successful. And if that happens, they're going to be telling a lot of people about this. Even though that is not in their comfort zone, they will, because they understand how important this is. So what did you lose? Nothing. What did you gain? A lot. Are you required to? No. You don't have to come in and share anything with anybody. That's like the other platform. But you can come into WeShare and take advantage of what we're doing and see the big picture of what we're trying to do and positively changing the world. And you're going to embellish, you're going to wrap your arms around WeShare. That's what we're doing. That's what makes our platform different and unique. So this isn't a money game. This is a matter of sharing. And that's what we do. And you don't have to. You're not required to. You can come in and do in this like you can do in all the other platforms. And gain more than you would for them, because we're giving you 100% of those donations. Well, let's talk about the accelerator. That's a donation, not a product, not a group. The qualification for the steps 4 through 21, as you're getting up on the second floor, third floor, all the way up to the 7th floor. Those are all qualifying. Each floor has 3 steps. Those are all qualifying steps. And we've had this checked up one side and down the other with attorneys. This not trying to buy in. This is simply in order to be able to receive, you must first give. That's the unique part about our platform. The accelerator is no exception. It's exactly the same thing. It's unique because it's not expensive. It's unique in that it helps you have the donations coming in to do this so easily with the numbers that we have, that all you need to do to share this with 2 people. And if you're part of the automatic placement system, this is it. Okay?
JC,
Yeah.
JC, can I interrupt you? People are
Yes.
saying they can't hear you.
But you can't.
Well, I can hear you, but they're saying it sounds like it's, background. They're just having trouble hearing you.
Well, are you hearing me clearly? Answer
Yes.
that question, Jane. Are you hearing me clearly?
Yes, but I'm on the phone.
I'm on the phone too, JC. Are you on speakerphone, JC, by any chance?
No, you can't do this through a speakerphone.
Okay, right on. Okay, no, you're coming. I'm in all the way from Canada. I can hear you fine.
Is this
Clayton, yes.
Clayton? You made it in. Okay.
Technology sometimes is what it is, but I made it.
Okay, good. All right. Anyway, I can't do anything about it. I'm coming in as clear as I possibly can. Okay, so sorry if you're not hearing. Maybe it's just your settings on your computer. Okay, so where was I, Jane?
I'm as lost as you are. I apologize.
Okay.
JC,
All right.
if that's Clayton, why don't we let him go ahead and why don't you introduce
Yeah.
him?
Oh, okay. So, bottom line is, what we're doing here with the manual placement tool and the automatic placement tool is to help you share your potential donors with other people. And again, the same thing applies. Give, and you shall receive in plenty. And I just went through all the different scenarios as to how you gain, you don't lose by helping others. Okay, and that is what we're all about. Now I know a lot of you, I could go on and on and on about all this, but I know a lot of you would like to hear about what is going on in the international payment solutions. And this, what I'm getting ready to tell you, is more than just the funds that are going back to you, but the funds that are coming in as well. And I'm going to step aside, but first I would like to introduce, I'm going to let him tell you all about himself and the company that he represents. And Clayton Wilson, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you, JC and Lynn, and hello everybody from Canada. I hope everybody's having I call it a super duper Saturday. And JC, listening to what you're saying, I'm in full agreement. And in life, when we simply learn that when we give, we get, that unlocks the secret of life. It really does. And with that said, I want to applaud your leadership for your due diligence and what you're doing in sourcing credit card processing, because for everyone on the line, people don't realize they get paid and they say that's wonderful. I've got money in my e-wallet, but how does that happen? The infrastructure behind any company is its credit card processing system. If you can't receive payment and you can't pay people, well, we've got serious problems. So JC and the company, Lynn and all of the corp team have done their due diligence, and they've worked very, very hard to make sure and ensure that they have put the best platform in place to protect the company and protect the affiliate base, their team. So our platform, in a nutshell, we can process now in over 170 countries around the world seamlessly in every currency, including American Express,
MasterCard, Visa, Discover, JCB, and for people on the call that don't know what JCB is, it's Japanese currency. We accept that on our platform. We also accept another small currency called UnionPay. And for anyone that's of Asian descent that's on the call, and to put it in perspective to what UnionPay means for a company, especially an international company like Gold Crowdfunding, that Visa and MasterCard have about 600 million cardholders worldwide. UnionPay has 3.1 billion with a capital B. So our platform allows any company, including this company, to incorporate that as a payment method along with everything else. So basically what I'm saying in a nutshell, guys, is a company, it's critical for a company to put a strong credit card processing in place for longevity. This processor that JC and the team have sourced, it is the most powerful in the industry. It's long-term. And not only do we have processing platform, we also have the e-wallet and pay card solution for the entire company and team. And to put that in perspective, we did $4.3 billion, the capital B again, in payroll solutions for companies around the world. And for anyone on the call that has been involved in network marketing, in 2016, we'll actually, for my wife and I, it will mark our 40th year in network marketing and direct selling. We started in 1976, so a very, very long time, and a lot of experience in the industry. So with that said, knowing the industry and knowing the infrastructure of your company and the back end of your company is more important than a website you see. And what do I mean by that? How do you track your people? How do you pay your people? How do you receive payment? Everybody takes that for granted, like we take for granted that we're going to wake up in the morning and the sun is going to shine, or we're going to be able to get out of bed on our own. We take things for granted, but we don't understand how much work is involved to put the proper structure in place to protect the company. So JC, I'm not sure if there's anything else.
Well, yeah, I know that there's only about 5 or 6 companies out
Yes.
there that do what you do. Maybe speak a little bit about that, and then go ahead, just do that, and I'll come back with another question.
Well, thank you, JC. Sure. And again, we all know about credit card processing. We all know we have credit cards. What most people don't understand is that there are only 6 credit card processing companies in the whole wide world. Only 6. There's none in China. There's none in Russia. There's none in Europe. Every company in the world, credit card processing, and for that platform, resides in the United States of America. First Data is number 1. Moneris is number 2. Global Payments, number 3. Chase, number 4. TD, or Toronto Dominion, is number 5. And Avalon is number 6. That's it. That's it. So it's not like you can go out and select from hundreds of thousands of. You have to select one of those 6. And not only that, those platforms, and this is critical to understand, those platforms, whether it's First Data, Moneris, Global Payments, doesn't matter which of the 6, that platform is only as good as the banking platform it's attached to. So if you have a weak banking platform, you're in trouble. Our company, we're connected to 25 banks domestically in the United States, JC, and over 1,000 international. This is a very powerful infrastructure.
You took my next question, so anyway, that's good. People, I have, maybe many of you have also seen where one of these smaller companies will get set up and they'll say, oh yeah, we can take care of everything. And then that particular company just slams them with so much volume. And they might have had a great line of credit or whatever, but the bank is sitting there saying, look, if all we can do is process your stuff. Our whole staff is doing it, and sorry, we're not interested in your business. You're going to put us out of business because all we can do is take care of you. Okay? And we have seen that so many times. And so I want you to understand, and I assume you are one of those six that you just mentioned.
Yes, that is correct. And you mentioned, JC, you hit on a very, very, very important point, again, that we take for granted, like we take for granted that the grass is going to grow, and so much things we actually take for granted, is the fact that, yes, there are other processing platforms out there, and I'll equate it this way for anyone on the call. I love a G55 AMG Mercedes. It's my favorite truck in the whole wide world. They say, JC, it's the next best thing to a mountain goat on wheels. I love them. They're beautiful vehicles. So I have one, and I'm driving it.
Hello?
Mom,
Yeah.
why is Google
Like I could go on, it works. JC, I could go on and on and on. And not only network marketing companies, ladies and gentlemen, conventional businesses like timeshare, hotels, any company that needs to pay their employees, we offer the best solution and the most reasonably priced. So the end user, the consumer, will get their money at a very, very, very low fee. They wouldn't even blink an eye. So JC, I think that's very important for everyone to understand how robust this complete package is. Not only for your company to be able to receive payment, pay for the donations, but also for you to have the ability to very seamlessly pay your employees and your database all over the world.
A lot of people are that really have a better understanding of the whole big picture of how this works. And a lot of people, that's all they wanted to hear. That's all they needed to hear. But a lot of other people who understand the importance of having great ways of having funds coming in to the corporation is critically important as well. And all those debit and credit cards you mentioned, that's a wonderful thing. But, not everybody has a debit or credit card. Do we have a solution for them?
Do we have a solution? Well, of course we do. We're the only company in the world that offers global international ACH. So we have multiple solutions at JC for anyone and everyone around the world to make payment for the product and to receive payment, make it seamless and very professional. So yes.
Yeah. And you know, a lot of people, we sometimes make this assumption that they know what ACH is. Okay, now here in the United States, it's actually called ACH because it's tied into an automatic clearinghouse, ACH. Okay, around outside the United States, it's called ETS. Okay, electronic
Funds transfer.
EFT, sorry. Okay, electronic funds transfer. They work the same way, but if you don't have the relationship with all of the different banks around the world, electronic funds transfer is extremely difficult. So expand on that a little bit.
It's absolutely impossible. And again, it's very important for all the good people on the call to understand that our company is not a company that started up a year ago, 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, or 10 years ago. 16 years, JC, putting this platform in place. 16 years. 16 years of relationship building. It is a wow. 16 years building relationships with bankers and banks all over the world. Now the trust factor, like where we are as a company, for what we can offer companies like Gold Crowdfunding, Talk Fusion, Herbalives, where we are as a company, it's like I explained to many people, we're in a position with our company, it's like making pro sports. How many people make pro sports? Very, very, it's like winning the lottery. It's equated to winning the lottery. There are so many talented people out there that many people in today's society, you probably know some of them, could be a pro golfer, pro football player, but only a select few get inside the door because of timing, because of who they know. No different than our platform and our company. We are of a very select few and a very, very close, tight-knit community within the banking platform. We're direct to the banks, JC. We're direct to Visa, MasterCard. There's no middleman. I won't mention, I'm not going to be a politician here because I don't like the way politicians, not all of them, of course, but to make other companies look bad in order to make us look good. All we do is strut our stuff. All we do is say, here's what we have. And that's what I did for you, JC, and for Lynn. On the call, I said, look, guys, I want you to make an educated decision. I want you to look at what we offer, look at the platform. You make an educated decision before you say yes or no. And I think we all know the answer to the educated decision because we're on this call today. This platform, JC, that you're putting in place for your company, it's the most powerful, robust in the industry, hands down, for many reasons.
You know what, Cody? We knew months ago that we needed that.
Yes.
Okay, now, everybody, I could have had a solution in your hand months ago without a problem. Right? But, I mean, you know, when we were actually starting to take the $18 and we refunded that back because we knew how important this was to get it right. And what would have happened if we'd have issued a whole bunch of debit cards, you know, prepaid cards, and then a month later come back and say, sorry, we changed our mind, we're working with a different company, we found something better, but you can throw away that card, we're not going to use that anymore. We would have made a whole lot of people angry. We would have put a lot of concern in people's minds about their belief level and that we know what we're doing. I want to run a little exercise here, and I don't know, Clayton, if you were actually able to get on your computer as well, that you can see our screen, but I want you to type in here so that people, all the other people can see. If you think that we made a smart decision by waiting to get the right company, if you think we did that, put yes. Just type yes in your chat here to let us know that we made a smart decision to wait. I know a lot of people were frustrated. Okay.
Well, the thing, JC, it was not only was it a smart decision, it was a critical decision. Because not only would you put cards in place, those cards don't come free. It comes with a heavy cost. So the company would have invested a lot of resources that they could be putting towards the company instead of throwing it away.
Right.
You know, and the fact that we're protecting the level of protection from anti-fraud, anti-chargeback is second to none in this industry, what we're offering here. And don't forget, you're able to accept credit cards, whether it's Visa, MasterCard, UnionPay, JCP, in over 170 countries and currencies around the globe seamlessly, and you can transfer money from e-wallet to e-wallet. And here's the thing. If somebody in Japan transfers money to somebody in the United States, that currency comes over the top of your house, and it's converted to U.S. funds. It's converted to Canadian funds. It's Canadian. You see what I mean? This is wonderful, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely
And
wonderful.
somebody did ask a question, okay, and as to what is the name of the company. Now, let me tell you something. Years ago, we were trying and doing a project that was insured by Lloyd's of London. We hadn't dotted the I's and crossed the T's. We've been told that was all doable. We were getting it set up, and we announced that, and all of a sudden, Lloyd's of London got about 3,000 phone calls.
They don't need that.
And the thing of it is, okay, we lost that relationship. So until this is, you'll find out soon enough what company this is. Okay,
Yeah.
you'll know when all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed, and we got the API and we launched it. You'll know. All right, just be rest assured that we did the right thing and found the right company to have a relationship with. This is the number one most important thing for us to do. The top of the totem pole is to have an extremely efficient way of having funds coming in and funds going out. It is critical, like you said. So I want to thank you, Clayton, for coming on the call. And maybe down the road we can invite you back and as a guest speaker again when the time would become important for to have you. Thank you so much for giving up some of your Saturdays to be on the call.
Well, you're very welcome, JC, and I'm honored to be on the call, and that that I was invited to be here as well. And I'd also like to introduce my business partner as well to your fine company as soon as possible, because he's a gentleman. He is one of the sharpest, most ethical people I've met in my lifetime, and I've seen a lot. Trust me, and believe in me, I've seen a lot in this industry in 40 years. At the end of the day, JC, all we can really control as individuals is our own belief level and our own integrity and what we put forward in life, and we pray to God that people follow suit. That's not always the case in every walk of life, but with you and this company, you're going to be so pleased with what unfolds over the coming months.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Clayton. Okay, let's get back to training. What you see on your screen right now is what your personally referred page would look like if you had 4 different examples, one right after the other here. So obviously, John Smith and Sue Smith here, and Nishab is our developer. I just put some names in there. And what we're trying to do is that this right here is to make this so crystal clear. And guys, I got to tell you, all right, that if you are confused by this, you're making it complicated in your own head, and all of us have a tendency to do that. We overcomplicate things, and this is so amazingly simple that and I'm not even going to talk about what is going to be the green is going to go away after the grace period, and then we're going to add another color, which is pink. But I don't want to talk about that today. Okay, we'll talk about that after the grace period, and I'll go through and train you on 4 color types. Everybody who came in prior to grace period, every single individual is showing up in your generation's viewer as white. Okay, that's the way everybody came in. And because of what we're doing now, with the ability to share those potential donors, and we don't know that they're absolute donors until they donate, okay? So these prospective donors in your the floor is down to you, the intentional community that you have put together, okay? And you know, using the We Share expanded concept that we're doing there and placing people to help other people, okay, you needed another color scenario, okay? And there's only right now 4 colors. White, where we started, yellow, those are now, okay, those people, a lot of them are already in, okay, but they're yellow because they have not stepped up. And don't read into anything about any color. We didn't put a color on them based on any kind of meaning, okay, but those who haven't stepped up are yellow, okay, so please don't read into that, all right. Now, those who are going to be placed, all right, for right now, the only people that are possible to relocate and place are green. They're the only ones. Now, we're convinced, okay, that in our opinion, okay, the best way to build your donator base, your intentional community, is through the automated solution that we have put together. I'm going to get to that in a little bit, but so what we're going to do, because a lot of people came into this because they wanted to participate in the automatic placement system, is that regardless of whether you have turned on or turn off your automatic placement tool in your back office, we'll admit that we've had a glitch with that. We don't know why. It's like there is this wild ghost that goes in there and turns this off. Now, we're going to do our best. We will find out before we come out of grace period, okay, what is causing that to turn back on again. I don't want to say that it's divine intervention and that is being turned on. We just can't figure it out so far, but we will find out what is causing that. Now, obviously, if you're just going in there and changing that and leaving the page, well, of course you didn't save it. And the only way you can save it is down at the bottom of the page. You have to put in your PIN code and then click on save. And then it will confirm that it's been saved. And if you're not getting that, then...
Hey, Steve Roger here. Bring up the screen. Show them what we were talking about so they don't have to guess. Just show them the back in the settings and show them what you're talking about.
Okay. Right here in the account settings, this box right here, it defaults to on. Now, I'm going to say this probably several times here, okay? Doesn't matter whether you have this on or off. When we're dealing with the people who are green, they're going to be placed in the automatic placement tool, okay? And then once we're out of the grace period and we have no more green color, then it's going to go on normal rules, and then we'll look at this. So if you don't want to use this, you're going to have to manually place people, and we'll talk more about that in a few minutes. All right, and so if you don't want this, You're going to have to manually place them. Therefore, okay, it's you who made the decision to do that. Not any automatic software thing. You made the decision. All right? So, this is right here, for some reason, as you go and set it and to turn it off, you would do that. And this, again, is going to go into effect after the grace period, not during, and not when we do the placement coming out of the grace period. And you would have to save it down here. Now, I don't even know what the PIN code is here. Okay, I have no idea.
And this may be one of the problems people are having, JC. They may be clicking it up there and they may be hitting save, but if they're not putting in the PIN code, it will not save it.
And it comes up in red and says it didn't save. Okay, it came up. I don't know if anybody saw that. Okay, it came up and said that it was not saved. Now I can find out what this is and I can try some. Your account settings was saved. Okay, so that it's either red immediately after saying it wasn't saved, or it's green and saying it was saved. So this is now saved. Now, we've had people tell us they've done this numerous times, and it keeps coming back and turning on. And we're not intentionally doing that. We're mystified by it. All right, so we'll try to get to the bottom of that before we actually are back to normal operation. Okay, so this is where it's done. All right, now let's go back to this page right here. And again, I'm not going to talk about pink. Okay, pink is going to be an interesting color, and we'll talk about that after we come out of the grace period and all from it. But right now, the only people that you can place is those who are green. And that tool that you use for placing them is this right here. You will click on that, and right now I would have to log in as somebody who actually has somebody green on their front row to make that work. All right, and I don't think I have that with. Well, I know I don't, with where I'm logged in, and I just don't have a way we can try to tell you best what's going to happen, but it's pretty simple. So again, if you click on this and then you place this person somewhere in your intentional community, somebody that is floors below you, then you would the only way you can place them is two places, either on the first floor, which would be they're on your first floor, in which they would turn white, or you place them some floor beyond your first floor, and they would become blue. They'll no longer be green. And if they're not green, then they cannot participate in the automatic placement tool. So you use your manual placement tool to place them, and you lock them in. Okay, so it was you who made that decision, not any software, not anything done by the company. You did it. Okay, so I will tell you, okay, you don't want to give a ticket to ride to somebody who is, and by the way, if you did that, if you gave a ticket to ride to somebody that was green, okay, and now they are white, and you're going, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I did that to them, just send a ticket into an email into support, and we will go in there and set the accelerator off, the step one off, okay, and then they'll be back to green, okay, and we've already tested that. So if you made a mistake and gave a ticket to ride Now, if you go on and place somebody because of not ticket to ride, then you've locked them in. And Roger, I don't know if we can reverse that. Okay, but if you use the ticket to ride, we'll be able to see it, and we know that they were just trying to help, and they didn't realize they were taking that away from them. And I helped somebody just the other day that goes, "Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I took that away from them by giving them a ticket to ride." Yeah, and I went to fix it for him in about 30 seconds. And he was so grateful. So
we have to look at it, but there are out. Okay, so I don't know if that can be undone.
well, that would have been during the grace period. Okay, I don't think
They may have done it before the grace period. They could have stepped somebody up not knowing before the grace period too. Okay, so
well, yeah, but we can't turn those people back to green by going and taking it away from them. It would, turn them back to yellow, okay, and then if they actually stepped up, then turn them green. And we'll do our best to try to help people if you've done something that messed somebody up, okay, and you feel terrible and you want them to participate in the automatic placement tool, then just let us know. With the automatic placement tool, let's again go over this like I did on Thursday night's call. Manual placement takes a lot of we made it simple for you, okay, but to do that, you would have to be a strategist. You would have to figure out exactly how and what you wanted to do in sharing those prospective donors, okay, in your intentional community in a way that you're sharing with those people that help them. All right.
JP, is it possible you could show an example and pick one of these people you moved earlier that you know how to do it with, and just show them an example how to pull?
Yeah. I'm going to try.
I hear
Okay.
something they get up.
Let me see what I can do. I wish we had set somebody up in a placement scenario. I'm going to see what I can do here. Okay, I'm no promises. First thing you do is go to personal refer. Now, if there's not anybody in here that is green, you will notice that you have nobody to place. So far, there is none. Okay, so struck out on that one. Let me try it in another browser. Okay.
JC, I think maybe we instead of just showing off the screen to the whole world here and everything and usernames and stuff, I think we need to set up a dummy database. Maybe we can show them that.
Yeah, and that's what I was reluctant to do that. So anyway, and I did show people the other day, if you can go back and watch the recording, I showed people how the plate and how that whole thing works just the other day. But once you click on this, okay, it actually takes you to your generation viewer, but that generation viewer is you're in a session, you're in a manual placement session, right? And you can go through and select people, and you might select somebody, you select their name in the generation viewer, okay, and it's going to say, no, you can't do that. Okay, you can't place anybody under somebody who is yellow. Okay, at least during the grace period. Okay, and but you can place them under somebody who is white or blue, if those people are locked. And then you go and confirm, if you want them, you know, you're gonna lock them there, okay? That can't just place them there. You're locking them there. Is that correct, Roger?
I'm missing. What? Yeah.
When you go and place somebody that's green under somebody that's on floor one, if it's on your first floor, they'll turn white and they're going to be locked. There's no way to just place them there and it'd be unlocked, right?
That's right. They're on your front line permanent.
Okay, and when you put them on some floor below your first floor, they're going to turn blue and they're locked, right?
That's correct. They cannot be moved.
Right. Now, after we get out of grace period, okay, you can park them there, and you'll be able to move them. We want to make sure, Roger, because we have that option there to lock them, and there shouldn't be an option. Okay, it should come up with a warning saying you're about to lock them in because there's no parking right now. After we get out of grace period, you'll actually be able to park somebody who is yellow under somebody that's yellow, or you'll be able to put them on a floor down and they'll be pink. And you can change it. They're only parked. They're not locked, okay? And you can choose to lock them. Okay? And if you lock them, then it's going to turn the whole group either white or blue, because white or blue are locked. White is locked on your first floor. Blue is locked on a floor below your first floor. All right? And it's just that simple. Okay, but we want to make sure that Ms. Schaub understands that there is no option of parking people right now.
We have no option right now, okay? If you push that green button, they are parked, period.
They're locked.
They're locked. They are locked, okay? They're either going to be
parked, they're locked.
And people have to understand, you must move these people during this period right now. If you don't move them, they are going to go into your automatic bill. Period. Before we turn it on, don't think they're going to be available to you afterwards. All those green are going to be permanent when we turn the system live. So either you're going to make them permanent, or you're going to let them go through by the team, and that's going to make them permanent. Period. Okay. So, and after that, you don't colors and everything. Don't worry about it. They'll be self-explaining. The point is that after we turn on grace, everybody that'll be there will only be those that have not stepped up. They're going to be yellow. You're going to be able to place people wherever you want until they step up. When they step up, they lock. It's that simple. Move them until they step up. If you don't move them, they're front line. It's that simple.
This is what will happen after, okay, the grace period, but I don't want to go into that detail now. I'll bring you that on the right time. Okay? So this is the situation right now. Okay? And so with that, I made all the announcements. I hope you're all very excited about the payment solution that we found. I'm going to open it up for Q&A. Please remember, to unmute yourself, you have to do *6. And then if you do that at the same time as somebody else, please be patient. Just kind of stand by and wait until it's your turn. Okay, and then we will, then after you have asked your question, so that we don't hear any background noise, please *6 again to mute yourself so you keep it really quiet. Again, I'm going to say this venue is for training and answering questions for clarity. If you've got an individual question, something that you're needing help with for your circumstances, please do that through support. Okay? If it's something that you want to question that for clarity, please do that. If you have an objection or a complaint, please send it to support. Okay, and if it's important enough, it'll get to me, an admin. If or anything like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set this up for Q&A.
All participants are now muted. Press star 6 to unmute your line.
We're looking for questions. Hello?
Yeah, JC, this is Mel Hughes here in Huntsville. I was wondering if you have any kind of projection for when things will be up and going. I know it's right now it's left.
Yeah, and here's my answer: as soon as possible.
Okay.
All right, because I don't have a crystal ball. There is no way for me to have anything that I could give you greater than that. I think you all see that we're working hard at this. Okay, now what we can make some projections. Okay, we we're hoping for. Don't hold our feet to the fire. That we will actually have the automatic placement tool, and we cannot come out of grace period until it's tested and it's working, right? But we believe that we will have it on the current website, the Gold Crowdfunding website, not the We Share Crowdfunding site, that we will have it hopefully ready by tomorrow. If it tests successfully, then we will give you a heads up saying it's testing successfully. We're going to put it into maintenance mode, and so that we can run the sprint. And we'll probably give you a heads up of at least 5 hours. All right. So be watching the news bulletin, because there isn't a way for me to send out an email except to the leaders. All right, and then I count on the leaders to distribute the information. But we are hoping and keeping our fingers and toes crossed that it will be tomorrow and so far the code's been written. It's looking pretty good, but we don't know until we are actually able to shut it down for maintenance, run our tests, look at the results. Yeah, that's the results we want. Okay, and then we bring it out of grace period, and everything is as those rules, did, and we would have no longer any more green positions. They would all be either yellow, white, or blue, and then we would also, once you start placing people at that point from your lobby to put under somebody else's lobby, you'll be able to turn them pink. And like I said, we'll have training for that when that happens. So it's looking promising for tomorrow that the grace period ends. But please,
the bottom line is, if you think you want to have your green people someplace, don't call me Monday morning when you find out the system already did it. You better be working on it now before you go fishing this weekend.
and by what he's saying is, if you want to lock them in somewhere, and on your front row they'd be white, on any floor below you they'd be blue, and they'd be locked in. Okay, they would no longer be green. You have until we come out of green, and we lock down for maintenance. Okay, now if we run the test and it didn't work while we're under maintenance, okay, then we just put it back the way we've had it, and we would come back and say, okay, we need another day. All right, we found out what we did wrong. Well, we might keep it under maintenance for a couple more hours. Okay, it won't be long for us to do this, but we're getting very, very close. Did that answer your question, sir? I think you already muted yourself.
Hey, there's another question in here that people I've noticed that is a concern. They're saying, can people still share their $10 on the new site? You can still share $10 on the current site. There is nothing stopping you from signing individuals up for free in the program and letting them immediately step up for 10. Nothing is stopping anyone from sharing at 0, 10, or whatever you want to right now. And the new site will be exactly the same thing. Just because we put on the front page of the new site that there's a 200, 150, or free, doesn't mean they can't do 10. It just means they hit free and then they do 10 right afterwards.
Because if they hit free, we need to give them a warning, okay? And because they might be, if we offer 10 right there at that spot, they could be locking themselves into their referred front row, and there's no getting them out, okay? They can't participate in the automatic placement. That's true. So,
Hey, KC,
yeah,
Jim the coach here. I'm pretty cheap. And I don't like charging the people $5.25 for, $100 or $12 for $300. Can you give us a relationship with the new card, what those charges might be, and also in that answer, what it will cost me to pull money out of my account?
I don't have those answers yet. I just know that it's very, very, you'll be happy. Let's just say that, Jen. You'll be happy.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anybody there?
This is Evelyn. I would like to say that congratulations, because what a big thing this is to be in the same league as Herbalife, Talk Infusion, and that this company sees us that way, the processing company. That is huge.
Yeah. Thank you, Evelyn.
Anybody there?
Go ahead.
Yes, do you have the pre-recorded number to this call? Y'all take this call, right?
I missed the question.
The pre-recorded number to this call. I missed the first, almost all of it.
Yeah, there is no number. Okay, all you'll have to do is just, and usually, especially for the training calls, they take sometimes hours. And what I will have is in your back office on the news page, and I think I'm still logged in right now. Let me show you right now. Okay, exactly what that looks like. And this is where we archive all calls. All calls, okay, is archived. When I'm finished and I have the link for recording it, this will no longer look like this, okay? It will, if I could scroll down here, here's announcements and training call October 16th, there's a link there, recorded video, click here. For the 15th, recorded video, click here. They're all there and archived for you. All you have to do is log in and go to the news page, which is where you should land. And all you have to do is scroll down the page a little bit and recorded video, click here. Just click on that, the word here. It's all caps and blue.
So is that menu, where you click the menu, is that going to be still there?
When you log in the back office, this is where you land automatically.
Okay.
You're going to be on the page, the news page, and it says latest news up at the top. If you get off that, all you have to do is go back to menu and click on news and updates. And that's right where you go, right where you landed when you logged in.
Okay, because earlier I was on, I guess that was the news site or something like that when I went on my, and I typed it in myself and I didn't see anything, so I came back to my email where I had it and clicked it, and then it showed me that.
Right. We haven't put any news up on the news site, okay? The news site is for playing. It's a sandbox. If there's nothing there that's real, everything is play, okay? So I'm glad you mentioned that, okay? We had somebody, there's my support person, because she wasn't quite aware of what was going on with that. She's been so busy, I hadn't had time to tell her. She called me up and said, I had a lady that said that she went and got all 21 steps in the accelerator for over $20,000, and it didn't work, and she did it again, and she did it again, and I started laughing. I said, that wasn't real. That was funny money. There was nothing that happened real. Yeah, it didn't work for her, and with, that's good to have that information so that we can let them know something's wrong and needs fixed. But my poor person was sitting there saying, man, has she done over $60,000 worth of payment?
go to that site to listen to the presentation, but they can't do anything.
Well, yeah, you can play, you can go into, but everything that you do is not going to be there when you go back to the next step. Okay, it's not real. Okay, you can't break anything, go play.
But you can, what I'm saying, you can listen to the presentation because I gave somebody that site, and if they go there, can they hear what the program is all about?
Well, I would never, ever send somebody to that site until it's live that has not joined, because they're going to join right there. They think they are, and they're not joining. Okay?
Okay.
Now they think they're in, and they're not. And they're going to think, man, this is terrible. So never would I send a prospect to that site. Never, for any circumstance. Have them come join over in goldcrowdfunding.com with your username. Have them sign up there. Now they're in for real. Now go let them look at that. Now somebody there that has, I hope you all heard that loud and clear. Never send
I gotta do some corrections then. I don't know. I know one lady I told. I don't know who else I told.
Yeah. That's just for playing, okay? It's not for real. Okay? So, all right. Next question.
JC, I'd like to cover.
JC, this is Preston.
Wait just a second. Okay? Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, there's a question that is showing up all through in here on the, the confusion between the pre-grace period and the grace period of individuals. If an individual is white in your back office, they are not going to be able to be moved, okay? If they are yellow in your back office, they could have been yellow. They didn't step up before the grace period or during the grace period. If they are yellow, if they step up with the accelerator, it's going to count for them as if they had came in with the accelerator because they were not connected. So I noticed people saying, well, if they do a 10 only during grace, if somebody did a 10 prior to the grace period, they are going to be white. They're not any other color. They're white. Okay.
So basically this, if anybody steps up during the grace period, they're green. Even if they didn't do the accelerator, they would be green. They can be moved and placed. Okay. We've been very clear on this. To participate in the automatic placement tool, okay, you have to have made the donation of the accelerator to whoever the root receives that. And you could do this in, and then later on you find this out during the grace period. During the grace period, you say, oh my God, are you kidding me? I need to do that. Well, don't do it. As long as you do it before the grace period, before we lock it down and then process all that, you're good. Okay? And again, just like the step, the qualification so that you can receive, okay, what you're getting with the accelerator, okay, is not only the qualification to receive from those who you would be receiving the accelerator donation, that you would also be able to take advantage of the automatic placement too. Okay? So, and that's what you see in on when you're looking at your group with the A, there's the N. If it's got this red, oops, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry. This is the one after. Hold on. This one. Okay. If it's got an A in there, they have the accelerator. If they have this here, and of course you can't get the accelerator until you've done the first step. Okay. So those that are like what I'm showing right here, that are green, who have stepped up, this person stepped up on the first step of the first floor, the second step of the first floor, and the accelerator. And they did it during the grace period. This person, okay,
Line unmuted.
did this before the grace period, or you locked them in on your first floor, okay, because they were green, and you went in and did this, and you turned them white. Okay? So,
JC,
yeah,
there seems to be some confusion about what's live and what's sandbox right now. The goldcrowdfunding.com website has been live for months. It's still live. That's where you want to take people and get them registered. And if they want to step up and be part of your placement tool right now, you go to goldcrowdfunding.com and register them.
that's
The
the
We
site.
Share.
That's
Yes,
the site
gold
with the-
crowdfunding.
Yeah, got the blue compass up at the top, the real pretty We Share crowdfunding badge there, and join us now. But what I'm showing on the screen right now, that is the live site. It's real. Go ahead, Jim.
Then the We Share crowdfunding site is actually where we can go and play around. We can log in. Right, you go to WeShareCrowdfunding.com/, and put your username in. Now you can log into that back office. You can look at how everything is going to look in the future. You can play with it. You can make changes. You can step up. You can do everything you want there. You can't crash it. You can't hurt it. But it's fake. It's not real. You want to learn the new website, see what it's going to be like, go to WeShareCrowdfunding.com/, and type in your username. Log in and see what the future is going to bring. You go to goldcrowdfunding.com/, your username, and bring the people in. Have them register. Have them step up. So I hope that's a little better clarification with the people that are typing in who are just kind of confused. Just remember right now, live is goldcrowdfunding.com.
That's that site. This is the live site. This is the play site. Okay?
Okay. This is Preston. JC, what you have done today, the payment solution, that is exactly what we needed, and perfect. Second, the options you have for the placement tool, I think that's another major solution to us having to do less work to actually promote VShare crowdfunding, and I think it's an amazing tool once people understand the power of this tool. I have a question now. Are people able to build multiple of these, I would say, what would I call it? Multiple of these triangles.
Yeah. I'm glad you remembered that. You told me I needed to ask or tell people about that. A lot of people think that you can only have this in this automatic placement tool, that you can only have 2 people at the top of that. That's wrong. You can have thousands, but just 2 at a time. Right? So anytime you want, and what I like is the way somebody referred to this is just putting the spotlight on them. Now, if you don't go and determine, we're going to make this to where before we even come out of the grace period and lock it down, you can choose what 2 you would like to have the spotlight on. Be at the top of your automatic placement tool. All right? And it's not going to, now, if you don't choose those 2, it's going to default to the first 2 who actually got the accelerator in your team. All right. So if you select the 2 that you would like to put the spotlight on, then that is what it would start with. Now, you would be able at any time, I don't care if you do it 10 times a day, it doesn't matter. You can go put the spotlight on somebody else that is in your group as long as they have the accelerator. They have made the accelerator donors. You can put the spotlight on them and put them up at the top of one of those two conditions. We'll also are going to allow you, when you go to do that, to determine that you only want to have one at the top. You can't have more than two at this time. And we will allow you to turn one of those off and just work with one person with the spotlight on them. You'll be able to do that. And there are reasons and logic for that. But, you know, the nice thing about the automatic placement tool is you don't have to understand it. You don't have to mess with it. You don't have to figure it out. You don't even have to know about it. All right? And when you come in to our program, it will be automatically turned on. And if you don't want it, and the person that referred you to, you know, might tell you, hey, you know, you've got other plans, just go turn it off and remember to save it in their account settings. But as long as you just come in and there's going to be, I'm telling you, 95, maybe even 98% of the people who are going to be becoming a part of the We Share intentional community, okay, is really understand what to do. Thank God we have an automatic solution for them. Because they would just be in torment trying to figure out how to do this in a way that would best help their intentional community that they have shared this with. Because they want to do that. That's what they love about this. They want to help people. And we know because of the numbers, the power of two who get two, who get two, who get two, that it's amazing the results. So that's why we have automated that you can change whoever the spotlight is on and are at the top of somebody that you, and it doesn't have to be people that you personally serve. It doesn't have to be people that's on your front row. It could be somebody or floor. It could be somebody that's on your third or fourth floor. As long as they have the accelerator, and otherwise you can select them. If you go and select and say, I want to put the spotlight on them, they're at the top of that side, you know, left side, right side, but it's still, we have to say this so many times, this is still your middle level. It's the same structure you have now. We're not going to change that. We're not trying to build, you know, some other kind of structure over here on the side. You're building your unit level, but you're doing it in a way where you are sharing the people who are coming in through your lobby, okay, that are prospective donors with other people who can use your help for whatever reason.
Hey, JC, how do you turn the spotlight on and how do you turn it off?
When we have it, we'll show you. We'll train you. We're really pretty good at showing you how to do these things, okay? If you just don't want to go and show you or tell you how to do it until we have it to where we can actually visually show you.
Okay, JC, this is Preston. I'm actually clicking on somebody in my personal record. It's taking me to the genealogy. Now, how do I create that left and the right? I think I'm trying to understand.
You know, I could, if you wanted me to, if you didn't object, I could transfer this over to where they can see your screen.
Yeah, you can do that, but don't place anybody. I just want to make sure I'm doing the right thing.
I won't let you place anybody. Okay,
Okay, you can do that.
Take it all the way up to the end, okay?
Okay, you can do that.
You gotta accept this, Preston, okay? There you go. Everybody has to be able to see your whole screen.
Yeah, so I'll tell you. Here is example of who I would want to place. I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing. So don't place them right now. Just show me. Just click on this person. Just click on this person.
Find somebody. The only people that you can place. Okay, and we're not going to do it. Is in green. So go ahead and Linda there and click on that.
Yeah. I want to do this. Okay. I want to be on the left or right, or I want to be on the top and they should be on the left.
Well, we don't have the automatic placement tool yet. We don't have that yet.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
So that,
Preston, you may want to do a control minus, make it a little smaller so that everything comes up there on, so everybody can see what we have here. We only see 2 floors.
you want to,
Thank you. Okay, now we see it. Okay, now, if you wanted to place Linda on your first floor, and sorry it's not looking good. I don't know why. I mean, it looks great over on my downline here. We've been struggling a little bit with that. Okay, but let's just say that if you wanted to put her on your first floor, okay, or DLU, you see it up here at the top, and
right.
you know that you are up in the breadcrumbs here that you are PROMIS, okay? If you were to say lock at this point, that would be, and you don't want to, I mean, that's okay, you can do that, okay, and then it should pop up a dialog box. Did you?
Should I hit that?
Yeah, but if it messes up, we will change it.
Okay, so I'm going to lock it. You got to change it.
It's not going to do anything, believe me.
Okay, I'm going to hit the lock.
Okay, here's where you would cancel. No, don't click lock. Okay, this is where, okay, you can cancel. Okay, if you click on lock, okay, and there's no choice. Okay, there's no option here. It's going to lock them in. So cancel. And that brings you back to your viewers, okay?
JC,
so JC. Susie there that's in yellow.
When I hit lock, that says something went wrong. It will not lock in, my people.
No, that's not saying you're doing something wrong.
No, it's a pop-up comes and says something went wrong.
What?
Yeah, when I do that, the same steps that you just did, when I do it in my back office, I hit lock, and it says something went wrong.
Can we just demonstrate this if you don't mind, and then we can come back and pick it up?
Right. Right.
Okay.
Now click on Susie. Middle,
okay.
Top of your middle.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay. Now, it says cannot place DLU here. It shows you the breadcrumbs up at the top. Okay. And why? Because Susie's yellow. Okay.
I see.
So cancel.
Okay.
Oh.
The reason why you can't see that, JC, is because you changed the screen resolution and it's set up on his screen to run it.
Oh.
I see.
You're back in your, okay, go ahead and click, yeah, thank you.
Right? Is it okay?
Yeah. Oh, before you do that, before you click on that, you already did. All right, we'll go
back. I go back.
Okay, before you do that, see the question mark to the right of search?
Right.
Click on it.
Oh, I see. I see.
That's what I've been showing you here. So you get the full description. So just click off of that somewhere. And then, that's it. There you go. Now go back.
Click on this.
Uh-huh.
We're not going to
place it. Okay.
So if I want to play, for example, this is, let me just explain what I'm trying to ask. This is what I'm trying to ask. I'm trying to ask, you are mentioning that you do it like this, right? So who's going to be on the top right now?
You're talking about automatic.
Oh, I'm talking about automatic. I see.
We're not in automatic placement.
No, I hear you.
Okay. This is manual placement.
I see. Okay, I hear you.
And you can't
if you do place them, they will not follow the automatic tool. You either place them yourself or the computer will place them before we go live.
Yeah.
Is it based on concept?
If they're green, leave them alone, and don't do anything. You don't have to do anything. Just leave them green.
Now, is it based on the timestamp?
No. If they're green.
Yes, JC.
Well, you know, for the first two, you have it involved, but the others pressure would fall down below the other people. Okay? After your first two. Okay?
Basically, in the automatic placement, this is going to be me, right? This is going to be left. This is going to be the next one. And is it going to be the next one here or the next one? It's going to be left to right.
If you leave them green, don't go left.
Hold on, it's going to go under the oldest one of that line. It's going to help support the person that came in first before. It's not a left to right or anything. It's only helping the oldest people first.
I see. Okay, that's good. So is that any way?
Find somebody that's white that has a group below them.
You mean on my first level or second level?
On your
third. White.
Anywhere, just start working down the path here.
Okay. I think I'll have to extend it more because
you need to expand
might
the
have to
screen.
go back to Control 0 or something.
JC,
Yeah.
you're asking us to place the people before the grace period is over. To place them, do we have to turn the switch off?
No, the switch doesn't have any relevance right now. Okay? And I'm not asking you to do that. I'm begging you not to. Do not place people. Leave the green alone. Okay? If you want them to participate in the automatic placement tool. If you go and place them, you locked them, you took it out, you did it. Not us. You did it. You took them out.
Thank you.
And likewise, if you don't place them, they will follow under the rules, which will be to whichever team. They'll either be a date and time by her had the first accelerator, or they will go underneath your elected team that you have elected. That will be available.
My situation is the guy that would be my first page wants to leave the company.
Well, that's fine. You're going to have time during this grace period. You don't have it yet. You're going to have a block with two people that are your first date and time. During grace, you can go in and edit it and make it any two you want to. So if you don't want to help the first two guys that got you started, that's your choice.
So how do I get rid of the person if he wants to retire or leave the company? Do I tell him
You have to send an email in to support saying you'd like to be deleted, and then everybody that if he referred any other people, then they will come up to you.
That's
why does he want to leave it? Because he doesn't understand this?
We don't need to get into that now, Preston. He has his own reasons.
Okay, great.
I'll talk to Preston personally.
JC, this is Art Gomez.
Hi, Art.
I just have one simple question, and I've tried to ask it a couple of times. The money that people have in their wallet or don't have in their wallet right now, if you have somebody who's come in at $50, and during this grace period, they want to take money from their wallet to upgrade to, say, the first floor, will that be possible at all?
If they have funds in their wallet, they absolutely need those funds to step up right now. Was that the question, Art?
But if it doesn't show up in their wallet, how do we do that? Do they send a support request to go crowdfunding?
If they don't have any funds in their wallet right now, then
they wouldn't show up because you turned off that particular thing. But if they sponsored people and they do have funds pending, can they send a request so that they can step up?
No,
we know where that goes at this moment. somebody else. You may have stepped them up, but have you got a placement tool, or you move them someplace, or the system moves them, that's
They want to step up. Is all. That's the only question I have. They want to step up.
I understand.
Do they have access to be able to do that?
They don't have to do it with their debit or credit card. If they don't have anything to follow.
And to let everybody know that as soon as we come out of this grace, those funds will be released to your wallet. So if we get this thing working here as early as Monday, it'll be in your wallet.
Yeah, we don't want to hold those funds. We didn't have to do this, believe me. We ran this up one way and down the other. There was no choice, okay, in the matter, okay? And we thought it was totally unfair to people to let people continue coming in. And so I wanted to tell people as soon as possible that I did not want to triple everything. I wanted people to continue to move forward and keep their momentum going, okay? And since we didn't know where people were going to go, we had no choice but to freeze what they, we can't even tell them what they did. We don't know. Okay? So that's why we had to do that. And we've been most anxious to get out of it because we want people receiving those donations. That's the thought.
JC, this is Mark in North Carolina. I've got one question. Once you've done, if you've just left the box checked, then you're in the mix for the automatic team builder, or what I call the automatic community builder.
Right. Let me be clear about this again. If you check it, uncheck it, right now during green period, doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. If you uncheck it for after we are back live, then that would be effective. You can, so make sure that it's on. If you want it to be on when we're live, make sure it's off if you want it to be off when we go live. During grace period, it has no relevance.
Okay. Now, once we get past the grace period, and we've gone live with the automatic system, then is it possible to turn it off and then turn it back on again in the future if you wanted to? Or are you locked into whichever one you've done?
No. You can change it 20 times a day. Doesn't matter to us.
I gotcha.
Everything we're doing there is real time. But the reason we are saying that when we're going and splicing people, when we go under maintenance and it's locked, can't make any changes. Okay, when we go under maintenance, you cannot even access it. Whatever decisions you made at that time is frozen. Okay? Those who are still green are going to be in the automatic placement tool. Good. Okay? It's going to work. Whether the person that they heard them, check the box, uncheck the box, it doesn't matter. Okay? Those who are green are going to be placed in the automatic placement with the automatic placement tool based on those rules. Okay? Now, and we're going to give you an opportunity before we do that of going and choosing which two you would like to have the spotlight on. Before we go into maintenance, we'll let you know. All right? And to watch the news page if you're interested in that. Okay? Because we will let you know. I'll send out a newsletter to all the leaders saying you can now place people in with the spotlight if you would like to be, at the top of it. Okay? Now, if you don't want the people that you personally refer, those who are green in your personally referred page at this point, if you do not want them placed, then you've got to manually place them before we go into maintenance and freeze it. And you, by yourself, is going to make the decision. I'm locking them in white on my first floor, blue if it's below my first floor. You may
this is going back to your goal to really focus on the people who are just able to start off with $10. If they step up, then and join the team build, that helps them in the sense that it gives them the opportunity of gaining two people that they may not even have known initially. But they can still go ahead and sponsor two more in order to be able to fund their donations, stepping up the steps all the way through 22. Because, yes, sir.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you're incorrect. If all they do is the $10, they pick up participate in the automatic places too.
Yes, you're correct. They can do that for 50, but they're still going to want to go ahead and refer some other people and lock them into the front row to get their money back if they're that tight. And so they can turn off their tool and say, no, I don't want to participate after the first two, because then they have the opportunity to bring people on, and even if they do come on with a 10 and a 40, then they could still lock them in on their front row so that they made sure that they had the money to be able to make the donations that they would like to step up.
Let me help you with that, okay?
Okay.
You come in with the $10, you're white, you're locked on your first floor. You can bring in people who do the 10 and the 40, and they're not going in any team bills, okay? They can't, because you didn't get the accelerator, okay? So they can walk in on your front row regardless of any other circumstance. They have no place to be put but on your front row, and they'll turn white, and you're going to get the donations no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Right. And then if
sorry, if they came in with the 10 and the 40, you're not going to get the 40 because you aren't qualified because you didn't get the accelerator yourself. So you get the 10. The 40 was to press up and find the first person who did it.
right. So there are ways to play with this on and off depending on what somebody wants to do. If they want to just come in to start with 10 and get locked in, they can do that. If they want to come in during the grace period for 10 and step up to the accelerator, then they can still be part of the team build. But
coming in with 10, they're not going to be participating in the accelerator. I keep trying to say that, Monster. You got to do that.
No,
I'm sorry.
see what he said was that, and he is correct. Okay, if they join during this grace period, if they have $10 and they'll step up with the 40 during the grace period, and they're green, and you don't touch them, they'll participate in the accelerator building.
That would be good. That's what you said, Mark. I apologize. I didn't hear that.
No, that's okay. It gets convoluted in terms of the different ways that you can do this. And that's, I think, where some of the confusion is coming, is that there are so many different ways to use the tool. Take some thought.
I hear you, Mark. And that's what I love about this. You know what? You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You just don't have to do anything, but you go share this with as many people as you possibly can. We always said the accelerator was the better way to go. If you can't do that, you can come in for 0, share it with people who do 10, and then bring, when you bring in 4 or 5 people with 10, and you can never take a penny one out of your pocket. And because you get your first floor like that, now you have enough to do the accelerator and the first step, on the accelerator, you share that with 5. And at this point, you don't know anything about the automatic placement tool. You don't know anything about it. And you know what? What comes in with the 10, okay, and they have the tool available to them. You know what? They don't have to ever look at it. They don't have to ever care. It's going to do it for them automatically. They even have to learn anything about it. You don't have to explain anything to them about it. That's what's so cool about this. Is it a true? It's going to be automatic. Like they say, yeah.
The accelerator, the placement itself, not only the accelerator, the placement tool will not be available unless you are accelerator qualified.
Is the manual placement?
On the new system, when we get it done, that's the way it's going to work, is that they're not going to have manual placement until they have the accelerator themselves.
Okay.
They're just going to go front line. If you don't have the accelerator, they're front line. There's no choice. And no place to place people. They're all going front line.
Very good. And if I, as that firm later on, would like to put the spotlight on them, I can choose to make them, I can choose to put them in the spotlight, whether they're on my front line or second level or third or fifth or whatever it happens to be, if they have gone ahead and done their step up from the $10 to the accelerator, then they would be qualified to be able to be a part of that. Is that correct?
That's correct. And you don't even have to be their personal referrer.
Right. It could be anybody. It could be down my 7th level down, 7 stairways, 6 steps below me, and it doesn't matter.
Well, 6th floor, because you can't even, well, I guess we allow them the 7th floor, aren't we? And 10th and beyond. So we're going to allow people to.
Right.
Because there's people out there that could build this in honestly, I've talked to these kind of people before. They have that kind of influence with a large amount of people. They could build this down to their 10th floor full of 2 who get 2 who get 2 in 1 or 2 days.
Right.
There are people out there who could do that. Yeah.
So we would want to be able to put the spotlight on them to help them to accomplish that for all the people that they would be able to help.
Quite honestly, Mark, they don't need your help.
Yeah, that's true.
Go help somebody that needs your help, okay? Those will probably say, don't help me, don't put the spotlight on me. I got it under control.
I have a question, JC. This is Gary.
I do.
Are you saying that if somebody, for some stupid reason, never upgrades, they just do the $10 and then just continue with the Uniline, that from them, everybody down below them then will never be able to participate in the team build?
No.
Do they block it?
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Everybody that would be down in the intentional community, look down their 2nd or 3rd or 4th floor, even people on their 1st floor. If they get the accelerator, they can do it. But it starts with them. And you guys can say this. If it's to be, it's up to me.
Right, the team builder, or this accelerator builder, the automatic builder, okay, is, it's an option for you to use it. When you join and get an accelerator, it means that you have the right to use the accelerator. You have the right to use the team builder. You have the right to place them and do what you're doing, okay? You have the accelerator. It doesn't mean necessarily that you will be on somebody else's accelerator team. It means you have the right for your team. Now, if you have to join and come in with the accelerator and your upline, or the project manager before, your parent, okay, or the floor above you has got their automatic on, and you're one of the first 2, or they have highlighted you, spotlighted you, you're going to get that team built. And don't think about this as, I think people are trying to mistake what the intention of the team build is about. It's not about creating a place for somebody to come in and sit and do nothing and they're going to reap the rewards of everything. What's going to happen is individuals are going to help you build maybe a couple, 3, 4 levels down, and after that, they're going to move the spotlight. They're going to say, I want to help this person get 4 levels down. They're going to move the spotlight again. So nobody's going to be on anybody's team for any length of time. Do not think that you're going to join this program and the upline is going to build you to 7 by whatever it is, organization or whatever. It's not going to happen. If you join this program and do nothing, I can guarantee you you're going to pick a different team. So, it's that simple.
Yeah, what you just described would be a forced by nature. We don't have that. That's not what we have. We keep trying to tell people that. That's not at all what we have. We've got a unilevel. It never will change from that. It's a unilevel. We like unilevel. Okay? It's just a way that you can either manually or automatically share. We share our prospective donors. And because we share with you, we get more in return. Give and we shall receive. Okay? And that's what this is about. That's what the whole thing is about. Okay? And believe me, I get through it. If you got on the call late, you don't lose anything by helping people, by placing somebody further down. You gain, don't lose. You gain. Okay? And so
this is Mel. I'm really confused here about something I think is very basic, and that is the term that I'm hearing about placement and spotlight. What I understand is that we're not talking about moving anybody, but we're placing a spotlight on them.
Yeah.
And when that happens, I'm assuming that what happens is that the system focuses on that person and helps build their organization, their organization. I don't like that term I'm talking about. Helps build the amount of donors that come through them. Am I on the right track with that, or am I missing the basic?
You sure are, and then you finding people that you would like to help for whatever reason, and it's up to you. You're putting the spotlight on them. You're saying for those who are coming out of my lobby, okay, and this is after we come out of the grace period, and we have the capability of placing people, and this you can say automatically, okay, I want to automatically place 20 prospective donors coming out of my lobby under this person, okay, and as they get their food, then we'll be putting more on them to spotlight. That's correct.
I'll have a suggestion. Why don't we just drop the term placement and go with spotlight?
I love spotlight. Okay.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. But you are actually placing people automatically below them that don't have the spotlight on them. You have the spotlight on the person who's at the top, okay? And you're looking at what you're doing for them. So the people that are being placed below them, you don't have the spotlight on them. You have the spotlight on the person who's at the top of it. Mm-hmm. But I do love the terminology spotlight. That really hits because we don't move people. You're 100% right. Okay.
Great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was confusing me about the unilevel system. I couldn't quite fathom how that was working out with two people being on one floor, and then we're talking unilevel. I'm meaning that can go out to infinity, and we're just focusing on two who would be on the same floor.
Yeah,
that's where my confusion is coming in. That clarifies it for me now.
Yeah. Let me help you with that. Okay. The way it was, and there are people who love that and want to continue to use that, and that's not going to work. All right. I'm going to give you an example. You share this with 10 people. They would all be on your front floor, your first floor, right?
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Now, two out of 10, decide to start doing something, and they step up and they share this with other people. And let's say that they each get 10, okay? And 2 out of the 10 do something and step up and start referring other people. And those people get 10, and they end up with 2 that does something. Wouldn't it have been better to have taken those any one of those 10 and put the spotlight on them and take all the other 8 and place under them, okay? And now when they are sharing it, those two somewhere in that mix, they get a 10 and but they're all, you know, it's building it in such a way that, hey, you're getting two, we do something, we do something, and those other 8, they get so excited if they just step up with the accelerator, okay, and they may not have referred somebody, but they're going to get excited about this because it's being built automatically going, oh my gosh. And if they don't step up, they're going to get a sorry, coulda, shoulda, woulda, okay, and it's going to suppress anyway, so you haven't hurt yourself there. Okay, if they do get excited and start doing something where they didn't before, have you gained, they gained? Absolutely. So, so instead of taking it and everybody just going wide as forever, it's a way to position people in a way that you're helping with through the we share concept in helping them get this going. They get excited and they share it with everybody they know. Where they
Okay, so that's where the two initials come into play, the R and the P, the refer and the placement. Is that correct?
You are always going to be the referrer. In other words, to help you understand that, they are the child, you're the parent. The parent always gets a 50% matching point. The child earns on floors 2 through 7, all 18 steps.
Right.
Not the accelerator, not the first floor, but all 18 steps.
Mm-hmm. They don't really get a 50% match. They get an apparent 50% match, okay? Because they just happen to be the parent, they are receiving a direct share from the person below. Somebody on a floor has targeted the child, that person gets a certain amount, the parent and the grandparent get 50% of those amounts, okay? But they're not being 50% of it. It looks that way, but the funds are directly shared to specific projects from individuals. There is no multi-level of this involved. It's
let's run through that again and say it another way. Every child, okay, every person who receives a donation from anybody on their floor 2 through 7. Now, I think you would agree that we're doing the first floor just like every platform out there. Only we're giving you all of it that is part of it. And we're not waiting for you to qualify for it. You're qualified for it the minute it gets there. Okay? So, but we are different, and we are sharing, and it's bilateral, and it's trying to help people, and we're taking that one element from the industry that many of us are already
Avast virus database has been updated.
The plural marketing concept is to help build a team, okay, in depth, okay, that because of that uniqueness, and there we can put qualification requirements on that you must first give in order to receive. But anybody who receives from floor 2 through 7, the person who's making that donation is not making one donation. They're making 3 donations. They're making 50% of the donation to qualify going to the target. 25% of that donation is going to the parent of that person, and 25% of that donation is going to the grandparent of that person, that party. Okay, so that person who's making a donation is actually making 3 donations. And that really makes us not an MLM. Now 501c can do this without any concern, and that's just, you know, I want to make sure that everybody's clear on that. That is, the person who's making that donation to step for floors 2 through 7 is making a donation to people.
Much clearer. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Guys, we already ran 2 hours here, and I'm kind of worn out. But I'm not going to leave if there's any other questions. All right. So if you've got a question,
Did
you show me where the login is on our practice site? I couldn't find it.
Okay, let's go to WeShareCrowdfunding.com. Okay, and by the way, when you do that, it becomes index.php. Alright, so WeShareCrowdfunding.com. Right up here is a login.
Huh. Thank you.
Okay. And it won't say Team 1 there if you went to that site. But I just happened to go to Team 1's website.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, hi. My name is Khadija. I'm calling from Brooklyn. When you are in the sandbox, are you able to see that 3 people are actually being paid? Can you see how those payments look, what they look like?
Roger?
Can you re-say that again?
When you're in the sandbox, people are stepping up below you, are you able to actually see what would have as play money coming into your wallet?
Yes. If during the time that the people are stepping up right now, if you want to know what the funds are going, what kind of donations are going on and what will be coming, going, you can look and see the numbers in there. It will tell you who is actually, what has been shared. The funds just haven't gone to the wallet at that point, but it doesn't mean that that person's going to be there. In other words, if they're green and it shows the number.
No. Sorry. Let me answer a question. You must have been looking at other questions to answer. In the sandbox, like you said on WeShare, it's all monopoly money, all play money, it's all like it would be if it were real. Okay, so when you have somebody on floors below you and making donations, it's going to your wallet. You go in there and say, oh, okay, I just got $100 of funny money. It's not real money. Yes, you're going to be able to see that. There is no green or anything over there. Okay, it's all over here in the live stuff. Okay, so yes, in the sandbox, you can play and you'll be receiving donations. That's it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Now, let me ask a question. Wait, I have can I ask another question, please?
Sure.
Here's a question. Okay. It's probably, okay, if somebody comes in for $10 and then they upgrade to and they do the accelerator, they pay their $40. Let's just say I come in for $50. I'm sorry. Let's just say I come with $50. So I'm already good to go with $50, and then I bring my 2 people, and my 2 people come with $50. I really trying to understand. Huh?
Sorry, when you say $50, you're meaning the 10 and the 40 with the accelerator, which adds up to 50, and that's what you're referring to.
Well, I'm saying, can I just come in with $50?
No, you can't come in with just 50. There is no option to do that. 50 is the second step. The 10 is for the first step, which you need to do before you can do the accelerator. It's not a step. That's 40. 10 plus 40 equals 50. And you can come in the 10 plus the 40, which in one transaction adds up to $50. Yes, you can do that. I just want to make sure people were clear, not thinking you just come in and go straight to the second step, which is 50. Right?
Okay, so now I do my $10 and then I upgrade and I do the accelerator for $40. And I have somebody who wants to come in with 10 people. So everybody's going to start out like that with 10 and then upgrade to the accelerator. Everybody starts like that. Can somebody say, well, I got $200. Can I just put my whole $200 in there?
Sure. People could do the 10 plus the 40 plus the 50 plus the 100. That adds up to 200. You're getting the accelerator plus the whole first floor taken care of in one sweep. But assuming the person who's one floor up, their referrer, also had done the accelerator. They didn't even have to do the 200. They they just do the 10 and the 40. They would get all $200.
Okay, great. Now, the person that I'm bringing in, my child, I like how you do that, the family and the child, that's so cool. So, when my child comes in with her two people, they're going to be on the first floor with her. They're going to do 100% donation to her for her project. There's a project that's involved here. So, we're going to give to her project. And that's the real core of what this is really all about. There are projects and people are able to express their life and the things that they want to actualize in their life. That's what's beautiful about it. Now, I will be receiving 50% or a portion of that.
No. They get 100% of their first floor. That's why we're saying that first floor is like all the other platforms. Instead of you getting a percentage of it and having to wait, until you've got so much coming into your project, to qualify to get it, you're getting it right away. It's boom, it's delivered, okay, right into your wallet. Okay, there is no qualification requirement. But when those people that they refer go to their second floor donation, step 1, step 2, step 3, assuming you too have made two floors up from you a donation for step 1, step 2, step 3 of the second floor. Now you're qualified. Now when they make that donation, you get 50% of it. They're donating 50% of it to you. They're donating 25% to your referrers. They're donating 25% to your referrers. It's parent, grandparent. You would be the parent of you would be the child receiving the 50%. Your referrer would be the parent getting 25% of the donation, and or that they would get a donation directly to them that equals 25% of it, and then their referrer would get a donation that equals 25% of that. So you would be getting 50% because you're the target. Okay, now, when those people bring people in, okay, and share it with people, and they make a first floor donation, that goes to them. When they make the second floor donation, that goes to your child, the person on your first floor. You're the parent. You get a donation equaling 25% of that. Your referrer gets 25%. Now let's go look at the people on the fourth floor. When they come in and do their first floor donation, okay, that goes 1 floor up. When they do their second floor donation, that goes 2 floors up. That happens to be somebody that is on your second floor. And you're the grandparent. Okay? When they make their third floor donation, that's going to the person on their first floor. You're the parent. When they make their fourth floor donation, you're the target.
Okay.
Okay. It's a lot simpler than it sounds. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are there any more questions? Okay. I want to thank you all for coming to this call. I truly do. And enjoy your weekend. And this is now come to conclusion.
All recording is off.